Nick Sirianni, the common denominator. I'm going to call this one that. This is Market Street Sports. I think we are having a communications problem here. And I come to this realization, and I can't even say that the fact that Nick Sirianni is just, and I wouldn't say he's the biggest issue, but I think he has a lot to do with this. And I'm going to say this too for Stoutland and Vic Fangio, the two old heads within that Eagles organization. One was about to leave and one had just left. Is a big problem. And I think we don't realize that. I get that you got this young guy, Mannion. I think he will probably be great, even though he hasn't never called an offensive game. But I understand because the NFL has to get young, and we do definitely have a lot of old heads in the game still. So I really feel as though if management, Howie, would have taken the time out to make sure that your old heads who got you the Super Bowl, got you the two Super Bowls within the last 5 years, you should honor those guys because now I think we're in a rebuilding stage, and I don't care what anybody say. AJ Brown is having issues, and they still talking about Jalen Hurts like he stole somebody's lunch. So for me and how I feel about it, it's just too much, and I think the media is blowing it up out of proportion. And again, I'm going to come back to Nick Sirianni. I'm pretty sure he's a good person, and he does his best as the quote unquote CEO head coach, and I get that part. But at the same time, he has to get much more control of his players, and not in the sense of I need to control them. He need to have discussions with them and get things placed on the table and get it over and done with, so you guys can go back and win another Super Bowl for the city. So that's my take on it. I really think is a ball has been dropped, and now a lot of people are chiming in on this, and the media is loving it because, in my opinion, I think the NFL is losing an audience, even though they're talking about these big numbers that they've been having for the past couple of years. I think it's money being lost and it's money on the table. So, in my opinion, I think they're going to be cutting a lot of people's pay, and you bring in on these unknown people to fill in for these well-established guys.